I'm Jenny Green, ICE Northern Ireland Regional Director. We're continuing our conversations with civil engineers and ICE members about the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on their working lives. Today we speak to one of our colleagues in academia, Sandra Orr from Ulster University. Hi Sandra, would you like to introduce yourself please?
Hi, I work at Ulster University and I'm the course director for the MEng full-time course in civil engineering. So I lecture in civil and structural engineering. I'm also the current chair for the Northern Ireland region of iStructE this year, and also a fellow of the ICE and iStructE.
And Sandra, what has the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic been on your working life?
Well, as you can imagine, it's had a huge impact. When COVID really hit back in March, we were right in the middle of the second semester. So it was just straight into immediately recording and preparing lectures and trying to get the material delivered to the end of the semester. And then, of course, we had assessments to do as well, and they had to move online. After all that, we also have exam boards. Everything had to move online with our external examiners and all the processes that happen in the university. It's kind of been better this year over the summer. You know, we had a bit more time for preparation, so it's all moved towards pre-recorded lectures but also having to have live classes with the students as well. You know, it's been really important to have that, engagement with the students as well. If you can imagine for the first year students coming in and they don't even know each other. You know, a lot of them are still living at home and working from home. So it was important for them to have some contact, you know, with the class and with their lecturer and so on. So, you have to prepare a lot of additional material as well. Videos for them to watch, extra reading and so on, because you really are reliant on all the teaching being online. And like everyone else, all the meetings that are online as well, but also things like inductions for new students and open days and everything, has just completely changed.
What do you think the medium and longer term impacts of this pandemic are going to be?
I think that there'll be an impact on all aspects of our working life. In higher education, they've had to react really quickly. The academics themselves have had to learn fast. The technology, it's been enormous. Learning how to use the video software, use all the tools on the learning platforms. Whenever we've all had time to reflect on this, I think we'd all admit that blended learning is the way forward. It has to be a combination using much more online resources as well as face-to-face teaching. Obviously, some students have still got problems with, access to technology and Wi-Fi, good Wi-Fi, but they'll have access to that on campus, when we're back to being able to do that. However, I think most students have seen the benefits of the online material, for doing their coursework, at time that suits them, revising for assessments and so on. It's maybe made us as engineers as well, civil engineers, think differently about assessment. We all know it's important to be able to apply their knowledge. Maybe, it's not so much about just having to learn and, and regurgitate an exam, although I think we'll all be a fan of when the exams are back on campus.
And finally, Sandra, have you got any advice you'd like to share with everybody?
I think what I'd like to share probably is what I'd like to take from the whole experience. My family led very busy lives before COVID, both work and their personal lives as well. Work life's obviously still very busy. That's the nature of working from home. But I think we've all learned to enjoy the simpler things, cooking when you get a chance, and your pets, you're going for walks. And I think it's just really important to think about those and the benefits on our mental health, but also the impact on the environment. Just having that simpler life. The ICE president, Rachel Skinner, she asked us a really important question and said it's aimed at our responsibilities as engineers regarding net zero carbon, but it's also a very personal question, is what are you going to do? So I think going forward, we should all think about perhaps leading a simpler life, and perhaps have a positive impact on both our well-being, and the planet.